record on that. So just to come into awareness, Kundalini was brought to the States but Yogi Bhajan came over in 1969, 1970, and basically he was seeing all of these people, all these Americans going over to India, going over to Pakistan, trying to find their guru. And historically, Kundalini, which is off the branch of Hatha, although those of you who've practiced it know it is nothing like the yoga that you get in most brick and mortars in America, is that he was seeing this happen, but they said that Kundalini was too powerful. It's considered a Raj yoga, and that like it wasn't like unless you were a seasoned practitioner or a guru, because it was brought down through the Sikh guru lineage, that it was going to be too powerful for the average person. But what he believed was, no, this is actually the ultimate in the householder's dharma, that everyone needs to realize that they have the guru within them. So he called the end of the lineage, he called the end of the guru era and said, our job is to show people that the light is within them. And you'll notice the first mantra you have, Ong Namo, Guru Dev Namo. What do we use to tune in? I bow to the guru above, I bow to the guru within. And it literally translates into I bow to the infinite wisdom, I bow to the infinite wisdom within. Guru literally means from darkness to light. It means enlightenment. So we tune in by asking to connect certainly to the ancient wisdom, certainly something greater than ourselves, but it's an honoring of the connection between the two and everything you already have inside. The second mantra is for protection because we're working with our Kundalini energy. And Kundalini, just so you know, it's a Shakti feminine energy. Some see it as psychic heat, and it is stored in the base of the spine, in the second and third vertebrae. Men and women have it. And when you're born, that Kundalini energy is in flow, unless you have a traumatic birth. That's why we see children being so much more connected than we get later in life. Why? Because physical and emotional experiences bring in things that block our flow, block our chakras, block our energy. And remember, our auric field and is an expression of our energy. So Kundalini, when we practice, it's this beautiful experience using all of our tools, bandhas, locks, breath, mudra, to recreate that state of flow. It's why it makes you feel so good. Now, going back to the Raj Yoga and how powerful it is, Hatha, they say, it can take like 22 years to perfect. In Kundalini, you can like feel something in about 2 minutes. It's gonna activate. And the one thing I will ask you to remember is it's the yoga of awareness, though. This practice, when we're doing it in all the different postures, is yours. We practice with our eyes closed. So you're going to find the posture. And then you're going to close your eyes. And I'm going to remind you, you're going to see me with my eyes closed. If you're looking at me and my eyes are closed, that's an indication to close yours. So every day that we're practicing, every posture, you have to tune into what you're doing, because this is about honoring what's good for you on any given day. It's 7:28 in the morning. If I tell you to do this for 11 minutes, you're like, what? Now, remember, if I do, this is not about making your arms look awesome. They will look awesome because that's a long time to do something, but that's not what it's about. It's about, can you find the right breath? Can you drop into the neutral mind? Can you find the connection? Because if you're flowing in connection, you can do this a lot longer than you think you can. But when you say, I'm kind of done with this right now, this is really starting to hurt me, can you find an alternative, even if it's just this? Stay with the breath, stay with us. And then when you're ready, you come back to it in more power. There's no judgment. No one's watching you. This is about you. And so it is one thing. If people say to me, oh, it's too hard, I'm like, well, that's kind of your problem and not the Kriya, because that means, yes, we're supposed to challenge ourselves and push ourselves, because that's the positive mind. But we challenge ourselves to what our bodies need on the day. If that is not what you need, if you're having a really like, oh, I'm a little tired today, this is awesome. You can just do that. And maybe a couple of these, right? And it's how can you come into non-judgment? So it is working the body, learning how to come into the neutral mind, finding power when you need it, but learning to really come into awareness of your body so that you do what's right for you on any given day. And then you'll love every class. And well, hopefully, I say that I love every class, but there's also 9,000 different sets. So we're going to be doing something completely different every day. I've selected 5 completely different classes so you can get the full experience. I always say it takes at least 3 to figure out if you like the practice or not. And then, so you're going to have the opportunity to do 5. And I'll make sure they're all very varied. We're going to chant, we're going to move, we're going to breathe. Today, we're going to work on our hearts because I thought what better way to come into practice than to start on something that's called opening the heart center and restoring self-love. So what a great way to kick off and begin. I'm going to let you save questions for after, so just keep them in mind. And for my regular practitioners who are on board, if you want to stay on and listen to have any questions yourself, please feel free. Welcome Anushka and Aaron from up in cold Vermont. You look cold, my friend. I hope it's cold down here today too. So what I do is I'm going to pin myself and then I am going to mute all of you and we're going to get started. So find your bolster, find your mat, and we'll get started. And just keep note too, like if there's any of the things that I've said that you're like, oh, I'd like to know a little bit more about that, you just let me know. All right. And we can talk about the turban and the sheepskin as well. All right. So, Satnam, everyone. It's Candace from Soulfire Social. It is an honor to have you with me today. A pleasure to see so many new faces. It makes me so excited. We start off in this is your easy pose. You can be sitting just cross-legged. If you would like to go into a lotus, full lotus or half lotus, completely up to you. What that does, please don't be afraid to use a bolster because that mimics the full lotus. It allows the hips to come forward, the chest to rise, roll your shoulders up and back down, and just let yourself come into this beautiful yogic posture. I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. Again, yoga of awareness. Allow the eyes to gently roll up to the third eye point between the brow. And notice inside, notice those hips shifting forward. Notice the connection of the sits bones on the earth. You can visualize roots down. So we feel really grounded. We want to be present right here, right now in the physical body. We're going to open up the spiritual connection when we tune in. Allow yourself to come into awareness of the belly. Let it be big. Let it push out. Breathe. Fill up the chest. Let it rise. On the exhale, release those shoulders all the way down as the chest drops and reach up through the crown. You're going to want to feel an elongation of the spine, as if you're giving space between each of the vertebrae. The crown, the top of the head, it's the back of the head. If you have long hair, you can pull it up in a rishi knot to direct the energy up as well. Now let's take a couple of deep inhales. I want you to visualize like you're breathing down into that root chakra, bringing prana into that home of the Kundalini energy. And it's allowing fresh breath to come in, fresh air, fresh prana. On the exhale, you are releasing stale energy. We breathe automatically, but most of that breath when we're breathing automatically is just in the upper third of the chest. We want to feel the undulation of the body with the prana. Prana is one of the 10 yogic bodies, the physical body, and all of this impacts your field. As you breathe, your energy shifts and moves inside and thus radiates out into your aura. So we start to come into awareness, body, breath, energy, field. Go ahead and bring your hands out in front of you, rubbing the palms together vigorously, creating warmth, creating heat. And you can feel your own physicality, but you're creating energy. That heat is the creation of energy, never to be destroyed. We also warm up those portals of energy for chi and ki in the palms. And then we bring that heat into prayer, thumbs connect at the sternum, fingers pointing up and out, the forearms are parallel to the earth. It is a strong Anjali Mudra. We take a deep cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, let it all go. Just making that sound helps to calm the nervous system, starts to vibrate the body. Another inhale. Big exhale. Now continue breathing. We're going to tune in with our mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, bowing to the infinite wisdom, bowing to the Guru within. We chant it 3 times on the Om. Be sure to press your tongue to the roof of the mouth. It brings vibration into the nasal cavity and it crosses the vibration through the brain line. It wakes you up. It activates what needs to be activated. It helps us to open a channel from the heart through the third eye and the crown up to the wisdom and the divine. Take another deep inhale and we'll begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgare Name, Jugadgare Name, Satgare Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgare Name, Jugadgare Name, Satgare Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgare Name, Jugadgare Name, Satgare Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Take a nice, long, deep inhale right here. Hold the breath and feel into the vibration you've created into your body and then we've now sent out to the universe. Release the breath, drop the elbows down, and the prayer opens into a lotus cup at your heart, a lotus flower. The pinkies touch and the thumbs touch. You just open up this little cup at your heart. Keep the eyes closed, keep your posture intact. And right here, having opened up this channel to wisdom, opening, starting to open the heart, take a moment. And I want you to take any extemporaneous thoughts, any worries, any concerns, any to-dos, thoughts about things that you need to do in the future, or issues with things in the past. We want to come into the present right here, right now. Load your cup up, and we're going to give it up to God, Goddess, the divine. Take an inhale, raise your cup up, all the way up. Feel the stretch through the armpits. Allow yourself to reach up so high, it's almost like you're lifting yourself up off the earth. Let your burdens be lifted. Let them be carried. Turn the palms out so the back of the hands are touching. And now on the exhale, slowly, very slowly, sweep your auric field as if you can simply clear out anything and everything that is not yours, that has come in that you would like to wash out, so that we become in our fields just the purest expression of your energy right here and right now. And it might not be perfect right now. There might be a couple of places where there might be a couple of divots or cracks. Don't worry, just clear it out. We're going to get that body and those energy fields back into flow. When the fingertips touch, feel the earth beneath you. Feel the support. Connect through the sitting bones and raise that crown up. Now we're going to take a nice long deep inhale in through the nose. Extra sip through rounded lips. Great big sigh out. Now in Kundalini, we always start with a pranayama. The class we're doing today has everything built in, so we go straight into the Kriya, which is the set of asanas. They are set specifically, and we follow them, the times and the order exactly. So I'm going to have you come standing, taking your feet a little bit more than hip width distance apart so you can feel very solid on the earth. Hands come into prayer pose. Again, strong posture. And we're going to be, excuse me, we're going to be going into a breath of fire. If that's not a part of your practice, it's a Kapalabhati breath. If you put your one finger under your nose and you exhale, just exhale a few times, you'll notice your navel naturally pulses. It's a strong exhale. It helps us to build fire in the navel, and it helps us to bring extra oxygen into the body. If you're on the first couple of days of your moon or you're pregnant, stick with long, deep breathing. Otherwise, we're going to go right ahead in. I'm going to start 2 minutes of breath of fire, pumping the navel. Eyes are closed. Focus is on the third eye. Just breathe.
Now the
If your mind ever starts to wander, we bring in the mental mantra Sat, S-A-T, Nam. Sat, Nam. It'll get you out of your head, and it means truth is my name. Truth is my divinity. I want you to give me 30 more seconds. Pump that navel very strong. You're really bringing prana in, getting all of the blood over oxygenated. It helps to bring energy from the lower triangle up towards the heart, up through the neck to the third eye. Keep the face soft. The jaw is relaxed. Take a nice long deep inhale here. Hold the breath. If you start to get a little dizzy, open the eyes, find a drishti. Just make sure you feel solid. I don't need you to fall over this early in the morning. Hold the breath. Release the breath, keep the posture. Now, one of the most important things that we do in Kundalini is activate energy, and then we use the breath and the bandhas, which are locks, to raise the Kundalini. Mula Bandha is your root lock. We're going to do that next and engage it. We do it almost after every posture. So I want you to breathe through the nose, deeply down into the belly. Hold the breath. Squeeze Mula Bandha so you pull up on anus, sex organs, perineum. Pull it all up and in. You're locking in the energy you created and the prana. Pull the navel in. Visualize the Kundalini energy rising up from its home in the second and third vertebra, helping to clear out as it rises blocks that you may have in the lower triangle. I want you to visualize it coming all the way up to the prayer at your heart center. Hold, hold, hold while you're gazing out your third eye. Slow release. Let the breath come out, let the belly release, then open up the lock. And we just stand strong right here. Take another inhale, and as you do, raise your prayer up over your head. I want you to feel it through your armpits because that helps to balance the left and right, the Ida, the Pingala, so that the Kundalini can rise up the central channel, the Sushumna. Hold the breath. Release the breath, keep the posture. And then again, inhale. Hold the breath. Reaching up, now squeeze Mula Bandha. Activating the Kundalini. Visualize this beautiful channel of psychic heat, light coming up, breaking through blocks. This time bring it all the way up to the crown. As you're squeezing and holding and that navel pulls back, flip the hands so the palm is facing out, and on the release, sweep your field again. The chest drops, the diaphragm does a little flip, the belly comes out, and we open up through the root chakra. We clear the field. We start to work with the energy in our aura as well. Palms touch the thighs and just stand strong for a moment. We've been working a lot with, rather than saying, "How are you?" and listing off our to-dos. How is your heart today? This Kriya is all about restoring love, coming back into our heart centers. And if that's the case, what is holding you back from truly loving yourself? This is not about loving someone else. This is about fully loving you. The other will come. But what stands in the way of you really honoring your own heart? Compassion for the self, kindness for the self, value and worth. So take a breath thinking about that. And then I want you to curl your hands into fists, and I want to bring your arms out, and I want you to get into like a boxer stance here. We are going to be punching out, curling our fists, making that punch straight out from the heart, and you visualize anything that you want to clear out. I have to say, I used to visualize my ex-husband a lot during this exercise. You bring in what you need to clear. We want to get rid of whatever it is that's blocking you. I'm going to punch it out. We're playing Gobinde Mukande. This is the song for the spiritual warrior. We're going to start off a little slow here, and then we're going to speed it up. Keep the eyes closed. You visualize, and you clear that heart space. And if you're a little slow today, go slow. It's 7:30 in the morning. Gobinde Mukande Udare Apare Hariyam Kariyam Niname. Maybe you want to get your feet involved, lift them up, set them down. See what feels good for you. that negative side of yourself. Get it out. Find the grace, find the kindness. Make sure it's clear. And go ahead and bring those elbows back. Good morning, everyone. Open your heart. Pull those elbows back. Catch your breath for a moment. But we don't want to lose the opportunity to use all of that energy. So on 3, take a deep inhale. Hold the breath. Push those elbows back. Open the heart. Squeeze Mula Bandha up and in. Hold it. Eye focus, third eye. Chin is tilted forward. That's your Jalandhara Bandha. Open up the channel. Release the breath, keep the posture, just a little more gentle on the chest. We're going to do that 2 times. So we're going to think about flushing our heart with that love, restoring self-love. So combinations all together, perfect the posture. That chin stays gently tilted. That's your Jalandhara Bandha because it opens up the flow of energy through the cervical spine to the moon center in the back, the feminine receptacle for the third eye, which hits the pineal, the pituitary, and helps you to gaze out and tap into your clairs. So on 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Inhale first. Open up through the chest, push the elbows back, make those fists strong, squeeze Mula Bandha, pull it all up, all in. Pull the navel back. Visualize Kundalini rising through the red Muladhara, orange waters of the sacral chakra, fire up your navel, hold up your heart, and let that green air energy flow. Now let it come up through the throat, the third eye and the crown. You're still holding and your face is soft. Release tension, release the breath in the lock. Perfect your posture here. Feel the feet on the earth. Crown is high. And again, we invite this Shakti energy to rise. Inhale. Hold the breath. Open the heart. Squeeze Mula Bandha. Pull the navel back. See what you see as you tune in to your own energy. Slow release, breath, the chest drops, belly releases, tension in the hands and in the arms, and the hands drop. 20 seconds, just you breathing, just standing, allowing yourself to feel into the effects of that posture. Pay attention to the front of the heart space and the back. We receive through the back of the heart. We give through the front. We want to find equilibrium and balance. Now imagine you've just cleared that heart space. We want to make sure the energy in our field also is cleared around that and supporting the expansion, balance from that energy. So with the hands together, we're going to be inhaling up and over. Let me just adjust this. I haven't found a screen quite yet that fits my whole body in. One day I will. Okay, so we're coming up and over, and I want you to start really slow. Your eyes are closed, your stance is strong, and you're going to love the opening up front and back of the body into the field with the shoulders. So keep the eyes closed and start off slow. Your aura is white. It is the combination of all colors. It takes every color from your energetic field and flows it into a white golden light. So visualize you're clearing, spreading, expanding the vitality of your field. In a minute. If that feels right for you, if not, keep it slow and steady. Surrender to the light. Surrender to the light. Bend the knees if that helps. Get a little momentum. Last 20 seconds. Just one more. And let the hands come down by the sides. Exhale. Then I want you to inhale, sweep them up around the back again. Reach up in a great big V, feeling the stretch through the armpits. Release the breath. Now check your posture. Chin gently tilted down. Eye focus, third eye. Body in alignment. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath. Reach those arms up. Squeeze Mula Bandha. Light yourself up. Pull the navel in. And as you're holding, start to bring your hands towards a prayer at the top of the head. This time when we release, we manifest the energies down to the heart. Release the breath, the belly, the lock, and pull that energy in. We create our own field. Land it right at your heart space. And 2 breaths here. You're doing great. Go ahead, come seated again in an easy pose. If easy pose is a challenge for you, please know that you can always come into a rock pose on the knees, or you can let the legs out. You have to be comfortable making the adjustments. Some people with knee issues, we sit in this posture a lot in Kundalini. So know that until this gets super comfy, you can make any adjustments that you need. We'll talk about that after if you have any questions. Now, we're going to, let me just double check on that. That's what I thought. We're going to interlace our hands together. You can see that. And we're going to take our thumbs. The fingers are interlaced, but the thumbs are touching, and they're going to point towards your heart. And then, because we're continuing to clear this space in our heart, we're going to take this mudra down to our navel. So the navel, right? Warrior spirit, confidence, willpower, it holds up your heart. And then the throat. Your throat is speaking your truth, hearing the truth. There's a big connection between having the confidence to live from the heart space, to speak it out, to manifest it, right? So this is a big and important space for you. So we take the hands and we're going to clear that heart space by activating the strength of the navel and the strength of our throat chakra. So the inhale is up to the throat, where the fingers, thumbs are pointing at the throat, down to the navel. This is your last really active part of this Kriya. It's an interesting one where then it transitioned into some breath and into mantra. So I want you to go ahead and really give this one your all here. Okay? So we inhale up, exhale down. It becomes a strong, powerful breath. And again, you're feeling a little bit slower today, flow it. Otherwise, let's move it. Hear the drums. Use your Sat Nam mentally. Sat Nam, and breathe in and out the nose. Check, is your chin gently tilted? Is your jaw loose? You can smile always, it releases tension. Are your eyes lifted up to the third eye and just gazing? Flow. Sat Nam. Truth is my name. Stay present. No need to wander. seconds. Breathing in and out the nose. Make it strong. Make it clear. The effort you put in will be felt in the benefits of this flow and awakening. Right at your heart center. Perfect the posture, make the forearms parallel to the earth. Perfect your alignment. Inhale, hold the breath. Pull up, be very intentional. Really pull up anus, perineum, sex organs. Activate that red root chakra, getting ourselves out of fear, pulling up. Activate that sacral chakra so we can send that sexual energy up to balance the other chakras and kick up our passion and creativity. Fire up that navel warrior. Confidence, self-worth into your heart center, and slowly start to raise the hands up, flipping the palms so they're facing up as they rise. Keep squeezing, keep holding. Energy flows into the throat to speak your truth. Lights up the third eye. 1,000-petaled lotus at the crown of the head. Activates and opens. Keep squeezing. Release, keep the hands up. Let go of the breath. Let go of the belly and the lock. And just hold this posture up for a moment. Palms facing the heavens. And we'll do this one more time. Deep inhale. Hold the breath. Reach, 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 reach. I want you to feel it. Squeeze Mula Bandha. Direct it back into flow. Slowly the hands start to separate, the fingers, they rise up as we're in fullest expression. Belly is pulled in. Energy up. As we release, sweep your field, but this time you're expanding the vitality of your field. You're working with it to create this beautiful, clear, clean, expansive aura around you. How are you showing up today? Maybe you're wanting to be a little bit tuned in. You keep it tight and strong. Maybe you're getting ready to go out into the world and you want to show up with a radiant, subtle body. We can work on that too. Let the palms touch down, push into the earth. Feel that pressure in the shoulders as they push down as well. Reach your crown up. Exhale. 2 more. Nice, long, deep inhales. And when you're done, bring our hands up, facing the screen. The elbows are down. Don't let the shoulders get jacked up. You want that crown to be high, the shoulders low. Now, one of the most activating, it's one of the most scientifically proven to activate the entire brain, is Kirtan Kriya. Usually we do it down here. This Kriya has it built in, and we do it like this. The thumb, this is your ego, Jupiter finger right here. I'll tell you what each of the fingers mean. Knowledge, Jupiter. Wisdom, Vitality is the ring finger. Communication is the pinky. When we use the thumb, it'll go thumb index, thumb middle, thumb ring, thumb pinky, back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we're going to be chanting sa, S-A, ta, T-A, na, N-A, ma, infinity, life, death, rebirth. So we're chanting this cycle of life and rebirth, life, death, and rebirth, and then we're tapping into knowledge, wisdom, vitality, communication just by using the mudras. So I invite you to join me. Get your posture perfected. We're going to start off in a regular voice. We go to the lover's whisper. Then we're going to continue with the mudra as we mentally chant it. We have 1 minute in each of those. I'm going to play a beautiful song Leslie actually shared with me for opening the heart chakra as we practice this. Okay, so sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta, na, ma. Now whisper, sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta, na, ma. Now continue mentally chanting, doing the mudra internally. Sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. 2 more. Sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. Allow your hands to come down on to your knees. The left hand goes into Gyan Mudra, thumb and index. It's like the knowledge closes off the ego and the rest of the hands are open. It's receptive. The right hand then rises up. We close off the right nostril, the masculine side, the sun side. We're going to bring in some feminine energy and cool it down. Start to breathe long and deep through that right nostril. This Kriya helps to create open, loving feelings. It opens the heart and increases compassion for self and sensitivity to others. As you keep breathing, think about it, it helps you to drop emotional defensiveness and has a calming effect that allows you to eliminate unnecessary thoughts and feelings so you can be more present and experience yourself more clearly. Keep breathing. Release the nostril, bring the right hand into Gyan Mudra and just breathe. Both nostrils in and out. And as you're breathing, bringing yourself, breathing yourself into that vibration of love and gratitude. When we show ourselves grace and compassion, it's amazing how beautiful we can walk through our day. Staying in this posture, continuing to breathe, we're going to do a special meditation to close. Kundalini is a combination of prana, movement, and it brings us to this moment. And many of you know that a dear friend and mentor of many of ours, Keith Wilson from Keith's Cacao, known as the Chocolate Shaman, has passed. And in the Kundalini tradition, when someone passes, we see their soul as rising, and there's 17 days that can be in that rising. So we chant the words a call, A-K-A-A-L, to let the spirit know that we're thinking of them. It allows us to honor the spirit, but it invites the spirit to leave this plane and join the heavenly realms. We'll just do a few, but I invite you, and you can chant for Keith or anyone else, anyone whose soul has departed on this planet. There's so much happening in the world. It's beautiful to spread the vibration out to the souls across the land as well for their rising. And for those of you who knew Keith, bringing him into your mind's eye, and we will chant together this beautiful a call for spirits who've departed the earthly plane. And it means deathless, undying, because the thought is that the soul will always live on. A call. A call. A call. prayers. As you release the breath, bring the hands onto your heart. Every Kundalini class finishes in the same way. With the long time sunshine song, in the first round, we hold on to our own hearts because we honor ourselves for showing up today, for trying something new, for stepping outside of the known. Every class is like that because they're all different. So we honor ourselves for getting on the mat today. By doing something for you, you do something for the world. Then we open up our hands, and the second round we chant to each other, everyone on this call, for showing up today respectfully. Third round, we raise our hands up to the heavens, and if there's someone you want to send love and light into, visualize them there or send it out to the world, the planet, those in need. We then close, bringing our hands into prayer, and we chant 4 times, Sat Nam, truth is my name, so that we can leave one another in our highest vibration. Hands on the heart. Love yourself up a bit here. Take a nice long deep inhale and bring your prayer up over your head, holding the breath. May all beings know peace. May all yoga practice contribute to the well-being of all. We exhale, bringing our prayer through the chakras. You can repeat after me. Peace to all. Light to all. Truth to all. And love to all. We bow down, giving thanks to Mother Earth and Father Sky, blessing you, blessing your prayers, thanking you for your efforts, for your time, just for your beautiful spirits. Let us rise up together in our highest truth, in this place of self-love and compassion. May we take this out into our day. We greet one another with a Sat Nam. Satnam, everyone. For those who have joined, please feel free to stay on. Everyone can feel free to stay on. My foot fell asleep, so this might be a funny little walk over here. Happens to the best of us. So, Satnam, and I will keep the recording on, so any questions that we have, but I'm going to shift to gallery here and turn off a couple of things. Aaron, thank you for joining. Wonderful. Thank you. But everyone stay on if you're in the new class. And if you aren't, if you're just a regular practitioner who always stays and says hi, you might have some interesting insights as well. Let me just get my glasses. And I know some of you have time frames, so I will send the recording if you want to see what the questions were. But welcome. Let's just see. Oh, you're welcome. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so how's everyone feeling?
Good.
Good. Yeah, go ahead and unmute yourselves. I'll just go around really quickly. And if you don't have something to say, don't worry, but it just keeps us from all speaking at one time. Or raise your hand if you would like to share. Please, Lucy, go right ahead. Oh, sorry. Let me ask you to unmute. I'm sorry. I muted you by accident. My bad. Technology, it's early.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Yes, I can. Thank you.
My left foot fell asleep too. So which was it for you?
My right.
Oh, you're right. Anybody else? Both. Oh, I always think that's like energy clearing. Like there's something stagnant and then you've cleared it. So, you know.
And what was interesting, we were breathing for the feminine side, right? And then, and like which side, finding that balance as well. So, right. Did you have any questions, Lucy? How was that for you? And I will say, it's interesting for me to do these classes in an hour because normally I do, it's like, you can see how it's like everything. It's like breath and movement and meditation. And so bringing it all into an hour, it's a challenge for me, but I hope you felt kind of all of the pieces of it.
I did. And I was saying earlier before you signed on that I'm not a morning person, but I was very excited for this. And it's something that I've been trying to cure in my life, to get up early and be productive. And I feel like learning this is helping, and yoga in general, but thank you for that.
Absolutely. Did you have any questions that came up about any of the parts or about the practice?
So far, no.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead, Susan.
I was wondering, sound, when does sound come into the practice, or is it every session is different?
I was playing music the whole time. Did you not?
I mean, the gong, the bowls, that kind of vibration.
I can absolutely bring them in, but it's tough to fit in breath, movement, and meditation and sound healing. Sometimes I'll in 1 hour. But typically what we do, like, so in the 90-minute class, so the traditional style of a Kundalini class, this one had kind of everything in the Kriya, and I wanted to do that just so you could experience all of the things. But a traditional class, we tune in, we do a pranayama, and I select the pranayama, right? Like what breath goes with the set that we're doing. So as said, every class is different. So the 9,000 sets, some will work on the energy centers. Like yesterday, we did one for the digestive system, but it was also, because it's in the lower chakras, it was about creativity. And then, so we do the movement because that activates the energy. And this is the difference between a lot of like vinyasa practices where the focus is so much on the body. This is like breath to come into awareness. The movement, and some of them are super challenging, some are more meditative, but then we either go from the movement to shavasana, and that's when the gongs and the bowls come into meditation, or we do meditation into shavasana. Now, in this, I'll bring in some bowls next time, but just because of the time constraint of an hour, we are only going to probably be able to have 2 to 3 minute shavasanas. And so I will bring that in, but in a regular, in a 90-minute class, you would have a period where typically in Kundalini classes, it's hard to bring the gong on Zoom just because of the bandwidth. The bowls come across more clearly, but
Yeah.
it is the time that we have for integration and elevation. So that would be during the Shavasana. And Kundalini, they had recommended the gong because it's so good for relaxing the nervous system, quieting the mind, and giving that space. So I'll bring my bowl out the next time, and we'll give you at least a couple of minutes so you can have the experience.
Because this is my first experience with Kundalini yoga, that I wasn't sure how the classes are usually. If there's different types of classes, if there's, one just strictly vibrational, one that's, so I wasn't sure if it's a different type each time or.
Every time. But it's always breath, movement, some kind of shavasana, meditation, and then we bring in sound. And I would really recommend, Susan, go to my website, Soulfire Social, and read the Kundalini part, because it just helps to give you a little bit more information. The sound healing is basically used for shavasana to give you time for integration and prepare you for meditation. But in this one, I mean, the breath became the shavasana. So that last breath that we were doing, that was really our time to come back into, to get our grounding before the meditation.
Because I found it interesting. Vibration of any kind, I can feel it in myself so strongly, which I never realized really before.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I'm sorry?
Why does vibration give such a opening? The sound of vibration.
Okay, that's a big question. That's a big question. So and I'm not specific for you. Let me do this. Let me answer Kundalini questions, and then I'm going to come back on that one. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Does anyone have, other than because that's a sound healing question, and I can go into depth and really explain that too. Any other question? Go ahead, Anushka.
Just a recommendation for new practitioners. I know you always say it, but really practicing with your eyes closed is really the goal for you, because it helps to clear out all the other noise that's going on. So, and you'll find then that the vibrations, because there is a lot of chanting and stuff.
The chanting is a vibration. Yeah.
Yeah,
That helps.
You will connect into that more, even so, with your eyes closed. So I recommend, because I had practiced yoga for many, many years before I started Kundalini, that just kind of throw that all out the door and just kind of be in the space and in the quiet and in the eyes closed and be with yourself. And then kind of see what comes up and resonates and what kind of messages you get. But just a little.
Anushka, I want to thank you for that, because that brought me, and your reaction, Susan, is it's not just about the gong. You're asking about all energy and vibration. Okay, sorry, clarification there, because it's a massive part of this. The tuning, right? You start off in your vibration, right? Because your sound is the most healing on the planet. That ong, when you hit the roof of the mouth, brings the vibration into the nasal cavity. We all have a brain line. It's interesting. Cancer, you get it on one side or the other. Not much crosses the brain line except dopamine, serotonin, anandamide, and chemicals. That gets like healthy chemicals that we release. That is exactly what chanting and Kundalini releases. You get a dopamine hit, it releases serotonin and your bliss molecule, much like cacao does. And so what happens is, by bringing that tongue up, you've got 84 nadis on the roof of your mouth. When we chant sa, ta, na, ma, it's very specific. We don't chant there's a couple of chants in English, but the reason we chant in Gurmukhi is because the flow of those, how your tongue hits the roof of the mouth, creates a vibration. They use Kundalini a lot in rehabilitation clinics because the dopamine hit that you get from chanting, we didn't chant too long today, but when you kind of get into 7 and 11-minute chanting, it mimics, it's a natural high,
It really is.
brain really gets moving. And for your body, and I always start my sound healings, I always have people make sound themselves, and I have them finish making a sound. What is more powerful than closing a class? Satnam. Satnam, truth is my name. And you tell me that saying that to the universe, that to your being, vibrating that in your cells is not going to be a forebearer of you taking steps forward and change. I mean, it's potent, right? And that Mangala Charn, Adgare May, you are chanting to create a vibration of protection around your body. And so a call, singing deathless, undying to the spirit. So that is absolutely, Anushka, that was such a good point. It's a very big part of this. Sometimes we'll chant during class, meditation. I love chanting. So yes.
You really feel that.
And so you imagine the energy of the voice, the energy we create from moving, the energy of the prana. So we bring that all together with using that mula bandha to drive it up. Is that helpful?
Yes, very.
Cool. Okay. Anything else come up?
Hi, Anushka.
Any other questions? Just to introduce, Anushka and Aaron are long-term practitioners with me, so they can help as well. They practice with me almost every single day on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we welcome them. Thank you for staying on. Did you guys, and Aaron, did you have anything that any enlightening thoughts you wanted to share with me? He teaches me, by the way.
Just that it's a cumulative practice. One day you do it, you feel good about it, and that's it. But once you start doing it on a regular basis and you continue to do it over and over again after weeks, years, it just really builds up, and you start to have this whole experience going on inside you that's really wonderful. So keep going.
Thank you, Aaron.
And the other thing is adapt it to yourself. If you're doing your arms like this and your arms get tired, just rest and take a break for a while and then come back to it. Let your own body inform you how much effort and expression you need to put into it.
Yeah, exactly. It really is your practice. And I think we get so competitive, right? And also when you're in a flow, you have to keep up. This is not that. This allows you the opportunity to listen to yourself and to listen to yourself with non-judgment. And I think that's very important. Part of that history is, it's not just about, the physical body. It is about getting into flow, but it's, we're faced with so much. It's a wonderful tool for helping with anxiety and stress, because it's, how do I deal with challenges? This lady wants me to deal with this for 11 minutes. And it's like, well, no, not today. I'm going to honor myself. This is a chance for me to honor myself without judgment and to be good with it and breathe through it. And it is a chance to do things that might challenge you and to see what you can accomplish. So it is the mind, body, spirit, but it's also learning to come into neutrality so we can face really what's going on in this world. They said that was really the key why he brought it over, as he said, the transition into this information age would crack all of our structures, and we were going to be overwhelmed with mental illness, anxiety, and stress. And if we didn't start to learn how to help our nervous systems, how to help our bodies stay in flow, and to learn how to be less reactionary to the world, we were really going to struggle. And you'll find in this practice, you really get the benefits of all of those things. I mean, this was like what changed my life, this practice. I will say, if you're interested in that story, I can tell you another time, but it really was like, I felt connected. It made me feel really, really connected.
And another note on the self-practice, I always joke, but it's true. I always have so many accoutrements, pillows, bolsters, blocks, because I have some body challenges, from being hard on my body for a long time. And it took me a long time to kind of get okay with needing to make adjustments. And I find this practice really helped me with that, not just here on the mat, but just kind of in my life too, because it is very cumulative. And so that being able to be okay with yourself is something you can really, I find, tap into with a Kundalini practice.
Beautiful. And thank you. I wanted them to say this, by the way. Thank you, Erin and Nishka, for coming and supporting me. I love it so much. Sharon, did you have anything you wanted to add or any questions?
Well, everything that everyone's expressing is most helpful. I'll introduce myself. I met you, Candace, at Unity Village when Susan Geisman had her retreat. So anyway, I'm really excited to start the year out with you and support me and supporting those that I support at Unity Village, at Silent Unity. So you guys have really uplifted me, and I'm excited to learn this and be on this journey with you all. So thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And it's so good to see you again. Susan, do we just want to go around, like, just for our new folks, just a quick introduction, Susan and Lucy, just to say hi, just introduce yourselves?
Sure. Do you want me to start?
Please.
Hi, I'm Sue Bell. I'm from Philadelphia. I heard of you also from Suzanne Geisman. I love the podcast. It was wonderful. I just got a great feel from both of you. I love her. I've listened to her for a while. Yeah, just a whole lot of things have changed in my life. I really feel a whole lot of happening that I'm not really quite sure of, but I'm going with it all and trying to learn more and grow more into everything. I've always wanted to do Kundalini, so I'm glad this opportunity has come up. I really enjoyed today's class very much. Hope to continue on and get better. But it was a great opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So glad you joined. And I just, before, so I don't forget, just so you know, if you want to like work on this before other Wednesdays, I just give you free access to, I've got a YouTube library, and I mean, it's a donation-based library, but go ahead, like everyone on this course, if you're like, oh, I want to practice something in between, it's my YouTube channel has like 300 videos of like classes and meditation. So if you're like, oh, I want to check out a little bit more, there are a couple that are highlighted as beginners classes. And so feel free to kind of do a few more or join our Monday and Wednesday class or Monday and Friday class at 8:30 to 10 if you feel called. But just so
Do you have other classes also for this, right? There's other classes to join?
Yeah, so I teach Monday and Wednesday from 8:30 to 10. So the kind of my traditional 90-minute class, and you're more than welcome to come on for those.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Well, this is
Monday, Monday and Friday from 8:30 to 10, and Wednesday now from 7:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
Exactly.
And how do I get into your YouTube channel? Like,
if you go on YouTube and type in Soulfire Social,
okay, it'll all come up.
And then you just go to videos. There'll be channels. You'll see meditation, Kundalini, and sound healing. And then Sue, you can also throw in some earbuds, and you can have a sound healing. There's about the one I did, Suzanne Geisman is on there too. So, or the one she shared. So you can listen in. They're usually about 50 minutes if you want to tap into some gong and bowls.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. All right, Lucy.
Lucy Weston from New Jersey. I'm trying to move to Hilton Head. I met Candace on Saturday at the wonderful session for Kundalini. It was the first time I had done that, but I've been practicing yoga for years, on and off. I'm level 2 Reiki certified, and I think in my life I'm trying to get out of my head more and into my heart and into the moments of things. So that's sort of why I'm leaning towards all of this, and I love it all, and it's working for me.
Oh, wonderful. Erin and Anissa, do you want to just say quick? Yeah.
I literally just wrote in my journal to this morning, get out of your head and into your heart. And Anushka, I live here, in South Carolina. I live about 20 minutes from Savannah, about 35 to an hour from Hilton Head. From up north originally. I'm a chef by trade. do all this other work because it's also what I'm supposed to be doing. Stay tuned. Who knows what's happening here? I've been getting downloads. That's the thing too with all this work, and then some other work I've been getting downloaded with so much information as the world shifts, and we continue to shine our lights and do our thing. So that's me.
Beautiful. Aaron?
I'm Aaron Hoops. I live on the top of a mountain in Vermont. I teach martial arts and yoga and qigong. I did my yoga training in Australia and my martial arts training in Japan. I've written a bunch of books, and I just love doing this practice. It's really, really a beautiful thing every morning to get the day started.
And from 8:30 to 9:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, he teaches Qigong online because he won't plug himself. So
It's awesome. I wish I could go more. I'm like, every time I join, I'm like, oh, it's wonderful. So if you're interested in Qigong, can I send your link, Aaron, in my follow-up mail? Is that okay?
Yeah, send my email. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's really, and it's a great, it's a great combination with the Kundalini too. So
Yeah, they do balance. They do complement each other really nicely.
cool. Well, so yeah, and thank you. Sorry, I was like, I had like such a start. I was like ready to roll at like 7:15, and my computer was like, no, you have to read. And I was like, of course you do this morning. So I apologize. I was in a little kerfuffle. We will get back on. If you haven't read through my Kundalini's page, please just have a look at that. If anything comes up, just write it down and let me know, and we'll meet again if you want. I'll be on at 7:20. So if something before practice, we'll always have this time dedicated after class just for any questions. And because I want you to feel really comfortable, and you might find some things come into your mind maybe after about the chanting. We're going to do next week, we're doing Master Your Domain. It's a totally different class, but it's about like finding your power. So I think you'll like it. Okay. Right on.
Thank you, Candace.
Thank you very
See you
much.
later.
Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
guys. Thank you.
you. If you have any more, do you want to stay on? Did you have any more questions about the sound? I want to make sure you got that answered.
No, you hit on it. It's the vibration, like you were saying, with the chanting, like that kind of what that is. Like I really feel that any kind of vibrational thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I just opens me so much for some reason. I guess it does everybody.
No, you know what? I would say, excuse me. You know what? For me, I am really sorry. I don't know what's happening here. I am really the same way. I found, so when I took my first class, I had such an extraordinary experience. And I think it was the combination of, the breath, totally being taken out of my comfort zone with like not knowing what was coming, right? Like it was like, oh, and this. And then I heard the gong. And I think I was 38 at the time. It was 2012. I think it was the first time my brain actually was quiet. Like, I didn't like yoga at that point. Like I was
I didn't either, because I'm a mover. So it was too slow for me at first. And I wanted to do something hard.
Right. Well, and I think that's why because we get really, I'm taking it a little obviously more gentle in these Wednesday classes, but certainly like I teach a pretty, I've learned to slow it down because I also see the benefit in the slowing down. Because I used to really only pretty like raw, let's go classes.
Yeah.
Not fair for my students or for me either. So now I weave it in, but I always teach the full times because I want people to be able to have the full experience if they, if it's 5 minutes, 5 minutes. But I think you'll find in my classes, I really focus on as much chanting and vibration as possible. Cause I'm like, this is like Kundalini church, right? Like that's how you connect. That's how you start to fly. I mean, and I think if you're someone who really feels it, even the gongs and bowls, like nothing, you bring in an 11-minute chanting meditation.
Oh, I can't even imagine. Yeah.
Right. So we will, and it's just, I will bring in a little bit of bowls for us, but it's, you can imagine, it's just hard for me to fit everything. But I will try. But well, because I'd almost rather have you have the time to have us chant longer so that we can have that, the experience of our own, like that true awakening, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Sure. I wish I lived closer, but this is great too. So
Where do you live, Sue?
Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. Well, so I always come up to Pittsburgh though. I know it's a bit of a
Oh,
slog.
that's not too far. I could do that.
Okay, so I come up, I'll let you know, I'll be up in end of May. I usually come up and do a Kundalini workshop. I do a cacao ceremony and sound healing, and
Oh.
I do it at the Om Lounge. One of my best friends has 2 studios up there. So I always come up, and I might be coming back through again in October because I leave here for 4 or 5 months. So in the summertime, and I travel. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, I would love that. That would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
So the days that you offer this it's on your list. I can sign up from the thing I signed up from before, right?
Did you sign up for this course? No.
I don't know what I signed up for one class. So is this the one class? But is part of the course that is what, every Monday, every Wednesday and Friday?
Okay, that's what I was like confused. Okay, so starting today, I started a 5-week introductory course for people who've not done a lot of Kundalini. And so normally, like for the past 5 years, I have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 to 10. So 3 90-minute classes a week. But what I wanted to do is I had a lot of people who were like, an hour and a half is intimidating. I need to get to work. All of these things. So for the next 5 weeks on Wednesday, I'm doing these hour classes. So 7:30 to 8:30. Now this makes everything so much clearer. So I'm doing like shorter class, just kind of doing a lot more explaining. So you go ahead, and so then you can just join us on Friday if you want for the full kind of shebang. But so the 5-week course, then if you want to do it, so it was $50 for the 5 classes or $12 per class. And I think you paid me more than that because I think you thought you were paying for like one of my regular classes. So we'll just put that towards another one.
It's fine. It's well worth it. Okay. But I will definitely, I think I'm going to sign up for the Friday to do that too.
Yeah, perfect. And you can what I do with everyone when people start coming, you don't even have to sign up with me. I just trust everybody. You come, you pay me if you come. That's how it works. If you end up loving it and you're like, Candace, I want to just do a payment for the month. This is what I think I'm doing. Like, I'm really like, and if it's a tough month, you pay me less. If it's, it's like, okay, it's like this.
Don't need to. It's a wonderful practice and you deserve, to have an income also. So don't downplay yourself so much.
My whole thing is honestly, when it comes to Kundalini, because it was such a game changer for me, I want to make it as accessible because
it's wonderful. And because of that, it will all come back to you anyway, because of the purpose that you do it with, which is great.
Thank you.
Which is beautiful. I appreciate it.
Well,
this was just wonderful.
Thank you. Would you like so because this is for a particular course, I'm just sending to those who've kind of signed up for this particular course, but you can get all of the classes, and the 90-minute version of this class, Opening the Heart, is on my YouTube channel too, just so you know.
Okay, I will definitely go to that. And I will probably see you again on Friday.
Great. That's wonderful. Have a great day.
You too, Candace. Thank you.